Dumped her. This is a mutual dumping.
What's this? What are you doing?
This isn't me.
Take a seat.
Could have just walked.
Oh, yeah, right.
Visualize. See the destination in your mind.
That's it, Cutter? He simply disappears? That's not a trick. But he has to come back. There has to be a
prestige?
Exactly.
Okay, enough of that. Now you're going to see my face, so get ready. Alright, enough of clips. So one thing you would probably have noticed in common in these clips would be teleportation. Teleportation is a heck of a thing. But is that possible in real life? Can we do it at present? If it is possible today, then it proves truly valuable, because traveling to distant places, it proves to be really tiring. And if you have teleportation on your side, you can just travel without any lag of time. But unfortunately, teleportation doesn't occur in our day-to-day life. Maybe occurring in the Doctor Strange of Marvel's cinematic universe, but no, not here. This is real world and it is not happening. But what if we can do it? What if we can teleport? How far are we to achieve teleportation? Because we know technology is advancing and human race can't sit back and just say, oh, we can't do teleportation. We can. And of course, there are ways, there are theories. And we are going to discuss one of them in this video. So stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, please do it right now. And if you have subscribed it, then bingo, you are one of the initial 73 subscribers of this developing channel. Okay, enough. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back again to AR to the Rescue, the channel that houses nothing. Yes, I mean neutron stars and gravitational waves are a good topic, but who has got interest in them? And if by chance someone is having interest in them, after watching my videos, they would say, oh boy, that is a boring topic. What can I do? But I am trying to make my videos good. I spent a year in knowing how I can make videos and how good a video can be and how good I can make it. So watch this video out and comment the video how good is this as compared to the previous videos on my channel. For example, neurulation, varicose veins, main palpable arteries of leg, and the blockbuster, how to prevent gas leakage. Oh, that was just a part-time thing. Okay, let's get to the topic, teleportation. So before we talk anything about teleportation, what we need to emphasize is we are talking about transporting or teleporting material things, because teleportation or say transfer of data and files, it's literally easy and we have mastered that process. What really matters is the transfer of material things, the transfer of something which we can feel. It may also include transfer of ourselves. But when we talk about teleportation or transfer of material things, we end up in photons, because photons preliminarily they are just the quanta of energy present in the electromagnetic radiation. But how are they related to teleportation? That's what we'll see in this video. So as we talk about photons, we have already left the classical physics far behind, because classical physics, it can't explain the way the photons interact. The Newtonian physics failed to explain the behavior of photons. It was thought during the era of classical physics that the scientists had almost proved all the phenomena of the world which was known, but after the inventions and discoveries of some bizarre phenomena, the classical physics fell short to explain all of them. So it gave rise to the quantum physics. The quantum physics is a whole new universe of physics which you can't imagine. Bizarre things happen here, and the way particles behave with each other, it's different than those in the classical physics. So we might not dip into the quantum physics much, but what we concern here is photons. Now photons, they generally don't interact with each other. If you are a Star Wars fan, you probably know about lightsabers. What are lightsabers? They are just the photons interacting. But in real world, photons don't interact. Just for example, focus a beam of laser light and intersect another one. They won't interact. But what if it was a jet of water? They will interact, of course. Now, what is the difference? The difference is the behavior pattern of material things, material particles of water, the molecules of water, and how photons interact. Basically, they don't interact. That's why they don't form molecules. But what if we are able to form dimers and trimers? If we are able to form interacting photons, we might be able to transfer information from one photon to another. Now, transfer of information from one photon to another, it occurs at the speed of light, and nothing can travel at a rate faster than the speed of light. Some scientists say that the particles emitted out from a blasting black hole may travel at a speed greater than the speed of light. I don't know. The general theory is this: nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. We shall also move forward by presuming that the speed of light is the fastest one. And for most of the moving objects, it's true. Nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. And some theories say that when you travel at the speed of light, time seems to stop. I don't know if this is true or not, because I have never traveled at the speed of light. So, we were talking about photons. If we are able to make dimers and trimers of photon, interacting photons, we might be able to transfer information. Now, it's just not limited to transfer of information. We may be able to transfer material things from here to there. Now, this seems some sci-fi thing, and it seems not to be occurring in real world, but scientists have been able to produce dimers and trimers out of photons. Now, in general, we know that when we incident a beam of light in some medium, for example, say water, what will happen is the light will enter through the air medium as a light, will enter into the water medium, and will come out of the water medium as a light into the air medium, but with decreased energy. It will transfer some of its energy to the water medium, and it will retain some of its energy. Now, it depends on the medium. How much energy photons will give to the medium? It depends on the medium through which it is traversing. What if we make a medium where all of the photons' energy it's retained in the medium only? The photons coming out of the medium will be without any energy. This seems fictitious, but in a highly controlled environment, scientists They have made it. Now what they did was, we shall keep it aside for now. We should first know what is photon, what photons are. For that, let's take a trip. Now, by let's take a trip, I didn't mean to take you to some expert personnel and talk about photons, because no one sponsors me for that. However, we have got one volunteer. He will explain us photons. He is some unknown expert personnel we don't know. At this point, the video is already 10 minutes plus longer, and I don't want to make it much longer. So what we'll do is keep the photons part to this video, and how photons are related to teleportation, we will keep it up to the next video. So let's see what photons are. As I said, photons are quanta of energy present in electromagnetic radiation. Photons, they exhibit a wave-particle duality, which means they will obey the laws of reflection and refraction, and also they will have a momentum. They behave as a particle and a wave both. Now we know what the uncertainty principle says. The product of momentum and the position should be greater than or equal to h upon 4 pi, which says that momentum, if we know the velocity of the photons or electrons, we don't know its position, and if we know the position, we don't know the velocity. Photons, despite of having matter, they will not interact with the fellow photons. This makes them unique in that sense. Photons, they also have a zero rest mass, which means they will always travel at the speed of light in vacuum. In atmosphere, however, they will exchange their energy with the particles of the atmosphere. We know that the energy of photons depends on the frequency of the electromagnetic radiation. Now this duality, or what we say the quantized nature of light, was developed by Albert Einstein and the scientists of that era, but at that time it was not accepted. However, theories and experiments later on proved that the light is quantized. Light is made up of fellow photons. The electromagnetic radiation consists of packets of energy containing particles, and these packets, we today call them photons. So photons are simply the elementary particles or the elementary thing present in the electromagnetic radiation. So that's all we have got for this video on photons. How photons are related to teleportation in the next video. So before you go anywhere, make sure you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, please do it. And घंटी बजाना मत भूलना. Peace out.
Boy,